Can you hear me, everybody? So, who the fuck called in as Toxic's wife? That was one of the funniest fucking things I've ever heard on here. That was hilarious. Who was it? Take credit in the chat. Do it. No more allowance! Who was it? What's this Rika thing about Toxic? Yeah, yeah, this is bizarre. So, Rika, you can say one thing about her. Behind closed doors, she's very honest. And, uh, other than being a whore and trash and everything like that. She's all of those things, but she's also very honest. And she said that Alli confided in her about Skype sexing Toxic, and that's why the joke with the phone came to light with Toxic's wife calling in and saying no more allowance, which is hilarious. Now, I'm not saying that that's what happened at all. You know, this is kind of like when Toxic accused the Battlecam twins of throwing Brat down the stairs. It's like that kind of thing. Chalk it up to that if you want. But I'm inclined to believe Rika because she's very honest, brutally so, and she has no reason to lie. So we were talking in my room about a lot of the fucking. Joe called Alki a dickwipe. Stone him. That's true too, but it's because I like him. No, it was you, Joe, that called in. That was not me. No, I would take credit for it. But yeah. So that's basically what happened in a nutshell. I don't mean to put Toxic on blast or anything. It's certainly not Allie. I hope it's not true because Toxic's a married man, and Allie's a princess. So I hope it's not true. I learned a lot today, Joe. Me too, Mistress. I learned that everybody fucks. All right. Mike and Ike, I think, is a very nice guy. He's good. He's good people. But basically, that day when he came out to roar at Shawnee, I can't keep it hidden anymore. What happened was his wife was banging Naughty in the bathroom, and he got furious because that was supposed to be their couple time. They were supposed to do a three-way because that's what Mike and his wife do. Not telling any tales out of school here. It's well known. All right. So BC drama, the list. Croft was very mad today, and he did fucking awesome. Free Toxic, of course. We all have our supporters. Toxic's wife may be a Chinese blow-up doll. We actually saw her. Yeah. Joe, did you pencil in that stash, bro? No, it's mascara. List rules, Joe. We had fun. Joe is messy and a stirrer. I am not. What up, Doe? Are you also Doe? Good guy. You have any idea how undesirable these people are? Well, I know because I'm one of them. I'm aware. You know how many people I've fucked on here that I wish I didn't? Trust me, there would be no fucking pride parade if you knew of the things that I've had sex with. Never. There would never be. There would be no. You would hear about toasters, decrepit dogs. You'd hear about Celeste, Kayla Bish, one of BTF's folds, maybe 9 of them. Syrup, maple syrup. It's weird. Just when you're young, you put your penis in things. Ashtrays. Are you kidding me? Boycott Toxic. We're not boy. Scarface. I like Toxic. I think he's a good guy, and I'm glad that if you have no life, spend it on Battle Camp. That's what I say. And if you have free time, spend it on Battle Camp. I think it's a great place, a great site with great people, and I'm glad that he devotes so much of himself to it. So that's what my opinion on it anyway. I think he's a good dude. I just wish that he wouldn't cheat on his wife on Skype. Now, a lot of you may be saying, "Hey, idiot, you have a lovely darling, and you cheat on her all the time." We have an agreement, okay? What she doesn't know about can't hurt her. It's a one-sided agreement. But do you see? You see how we have it all worked out? Joe, when's the next list? Deftones, it's coming up. It's fluid, so it's constantly moving. If somebody wanted to, if somebody wanted the fucking headache, they could rearrange that list every fucking day. It's a whore fest at Philmont, guys. Let's go. Delan's come and answer for your actions, window licking, retarded fish lip bitch. I like Delance. He's a good guy. I'm gonna get out of this lineup, because I'm the only one on it for some reason. And I will talk to everybody. Actually, I'll wait till somebody camps up. There's nobody in the lineup. Why would I leave you empty? I didn't care what list I am on. Deftones, you can see the list on McGregor's woodshed. It's fun. We just made it for fun. We know the score, serotonin. Been here a while. Those were the worst. The worst thing about old Battle Cam, and it was vastly superior in many ways. But the worst thing about it was sometimes there would just be no one in the lineup, and there'd be 4 people in chat. That was the only time it was bad, when no one was there, and it'd be at just certain times during the day, you know. So, Joe choked female. Saw you on the tube. I did not choke a female. I choked a prostitute on meth that punched my face twice. That's the plight of a skinny man. Even women think they can beat you up. So she gave me a couple of slaps to the face, so I did. And she weighs 20 pounds, so it looked like a fucking sack of potatoes. And I didn't mean to do it like that. She only chokes those who need it, or especially if you're bored. Exactly, Rissa. You know that because your husband was somebody who I got in the clutches. And he broke the bottle over my head. Spent some time in the hospital. Not over the head, over the finger. Keep scamming people for a dog meth skunky, you failure. What are you talking about? OG420. Crip, crop, crip. You know the score, Topper. That was, of course, my stepdad threatening to kill me. Crip, crop, crip. Hey. Yeah, man. I can't tell that story. I can't tell it. I can't tell it. No, I would like to. What is your drug of choice? Life. Meditation, Mike? Is that boring? It's boring. I like Drano a lot. TF Soprano the other night, he was fucking dying. He was like, he had these twitches. Was on an insulin overdose. And it was really funny because he chose then to fucking cam up. So I was like making jokes about it. Like, you know, note to self, if I'm dying, cam up, killer ratings and things like this. And people were like really concerned about it. I ended up getting banned from the room, but it was pretty funny. And then I made the joke that I'm going to drink some Drano and cam up in 15. But yeah, bath salts equals snitch. Is that what that means? Joe, show Risa's sex vid. Now, Risa and I did not have sex, all right? The thing about Rissa was she was a very good, passionate, faithful woman. And I tried to get her drunk when no one was around. So, she knew what was going on, so she stood very close near the door and she was drinking Mike's Hard Lemonade. And because it's such a fucking weak drink, even though Ritz not a drinker, it took like 2 hours to get her where I needed her. And meanwhile, everybody else was doing maintenance. And one thing led to another, and I was sitting over on the bed, and she was not woozy, but she was like a little bit, you could tell, tired. She had been up all night and drinking. And the only thing that was standing in the way from me doing something to Rissa, whether she was awake or not, was fucking Cody D's watching Zolar on TV. Or not on TV, on the fucking laptop. It was disgusting. He just sat there, and he knew that I knew that I wanted him to leave, but he wouldn't do it. He wouldn't do it. That's the story that Tommy's talking about. It is true. It's terribly true. Baby, she was in hospital last night. I knew. Joe groped and raped Miss Vicky. Yeah, she wanted it though. All right, I know what you're thinking. That's a gross move, right? Why touch a 60-year-old woman? Uh, that's deranged and alcoholic and defenseless and very afraid. All I can say is any heterosexual man would do the same thing because when you see Vicky in person, you realize that her entire body is shaped like a pussy. One big pussy. And it demands it. She's constantly asking for it. Joe, would you do another BCRV? Yeah, in a heartbeat. I'd do that. I'd do that for sure. I would want it to be much worse. I would want it to be much worse than it was uh, this last time. Because it's a learning curve. We know more. I would want to see more chatters and people that we didn't have time to see. I would want it to be done more proper. But I think we could have a blast. Toxic isn't camming up to defend himself. Must be true. No, I think he'll do it, but this is what Toxic likes to do. He doesn't like to defend accusations. He likes to lie about other people. He's not honest at all. He'll stir shit and he thinks that's a good move, you know. But any idiot can do that. Talk or Croft, for instance, fucking moron. He's great at it, telling people about Dodge Intrepids and Jacko living with a 70-year-old gay man. None of this is true, but he's really good at being poker faced and convincing about it. So this is what Toxic does. He kind of does this thing, and it takes a bullshitter to know a bullshitter. So that's how I can point that out. Syrian, list is wrong. List is wrong. Yeah, I know, Syrian, because you've anoned yourself. You put it on an anon account. You didn't know. You thought you were on an anon, but you were signed in, and you put this list is bullshit. Syrian deserves to be in the top 10 or something like that. And then later on down the list, you were Syrian again. No, wait. You were anonymous, and then you buried yourself the opposite way, pretending to be Syrian. It was really funny. You just fucked yourself. If you want to laugh, guys, go to the woodshed and look at the comment section of Syrian. Read anything that Syrian wrote, and it's hilarious. It's hilarious. It's a woman hanging herself. Yeah, I know you were trying to talk about you, but you were doing it in third person under an anon, and it was terrible. I was on my phone. I've never commented on my phone on blog. You can tell it was me, even as an anon. No, Sarian, you were like caught red-handed. You were caught. You were trying to seem anon. That's why you were typing Sarian, but you were signed in and you had no idea. And it's clear now because you were on your phone, and you made the same mistake later on. I always think I'm awesome. I know, Sarian, you have to do that when no one pays attention to you. Who else is going to love you if not you, right? I get it, Sarian, and I think you have very nice boobs for a dead woman. All right? I'm not, you know. Ghost Dog, I like Sarian's boob. I tried to Skype smash. You gotta love that guy. Fucking no shame. I would have tried too. I would have tried. I tried on Shelly Boo for a laugh. She wouldn't have me. Granted, I was doing a Ghost Dog impression when I tried to seduce her. That could have been part of the problem. I told Kraft I would pay him to produce that 1989 Dodge Intrepid. Exactly, Alex. You know, he'll just pull things out of the air and throw it. You know. I don't know, Mike.